27, being recorded on February 20th, 2024. The council is now in session, and as every week, we will make arbitrary decisions about topics of science, technology,
Random shit.
With a little background and absolutely no expertise, all CouncilCast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything whatsoever.
That's for sure.
Well, welcome to this evening on the CouncilCast. 1 week post Valentine's Day, I guess. I don't know. Not sure what I'm going for there. But thank you. But if you're tired of running away from your significant other or maybe somebody who you accidentally gave a Valentine's to, you might want to hop into a spaceship because if you remember from months ago, we reported on a company called Varda Space Manufacturing who had a bunch of drugs that they decided to grow in space, but couldn't bring them back to Earth.
Ooh, they're on the way back now, huh?
They finally got some clearance.
Oh
yeah, I forgot
They're bringing them back, boys.
yes.
We're back in.
We're back in.
We're in
So
like
yeah,
Flint.
Well, at that angle, they don't look like they're coming in at all.
I think that's just going to skip right off the atmosphere.
Boy,
Whoops.
boy, skipping a rock.
What were the drugs? Do we know?
We do. They were talking about them. They were, I think, HIV drugs.
Mm.
So apparently they're pretty simple to grow. And by growing them in space, the big benefit is that they can actually get them bigger and more symmetrical and stuff like that. So
Oh yeah.
makes them better. So apparently all got approved that they should actually be landing tomorrow down in Utah. So if you want to go check out some drugs coming back into space, go over to Utah.
When?
Some tomorrow.
Okay, I'll go. I'll cancel all my plans.
That's kind of what I figured.
Let me message my secretary. Hold all my appointments. I'm going to Utah.
Well, does it say why they just changed their minds about letting the stuff back into the, onto the planet?
This article doesn't talk about it, but I think I
Sounds
remember
like a closed door deal if I ever heard one.
I think from when they were talking about it last time, the FAA wasn't pleased with their re-entry procedures or something like that. So I'm guessing they had to submit some more paperwork or whatnot. But the famous thing was that they apparently launched without having clearance for re-entry. So they launched not knowing if they were going to get, basically not having that approval already in hand.
So that's kind of the
FAA
asking for forgiveness instead of permission.
Yeah, they might have been
Got
like,
it.
yeah, you guys didn't follow the normal process, so we're going to make you shut you down.
So wait, you're you're telling me that they had AIDS, the AIDS cures in outer space?
Yep.
There's literally everything in space, Morty. Now get the back in the car.
I don't know what's so hard to understand about that.
Got it. I just always a little confused when there's stuff out in outer space because it feels like there's a lot of nothing out there. But
No, there's everything. Just deal with it.
Okay.
Everything, literally.
Literally, yep. So, I guess thumbs up for finally getting some clearance there. Way to go, guys.
They did it.
You
Neat.
did it.
They did it. Thumbs up.
Well, a company going in the opposite direction, though, is a new space company called Intuitive Machines, who has launched their own lunar lander. So this is the second privately funded lunar lander to have launched in the last couple of weeks. So far, so good on this one, as opposed to the last one that ended up having some issues and they ended up having to deorbit it. But yeah, this one is now on its way to the moon. I think they're expecting it to be there in about a week.
At that rate, it looks like
actually,
it's
by
going to
the
take
end
them a
of this
month.
week. They're saying about Thursday.
propelled by lunar gravity. It's not moving real fast.
See that little spaceship butthole right there? That hasn't went off yet.
It's gonna do a little.
It hasn't
That
eaten
really?
all of its Chipotle
Give it a
yet.
little.
I thought you had I thought you had something on the soundboard for that.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. When the rock falls.
That's
Show
terrible.
this again. So here it goes.
So there it goes. Yeah, they are apparently actually looking to touch down on the moon Thursday of this week. So just a couple days from today.
Now, what are they? What
If
is this
they are
one doing?
successful.
Are they growing stuff on the moon, like
Probably
weed
not.
or something?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
okay.
gonna moonweed.
No, this moon mission is specifically to land where it was before, back in the 60s, to show that we actually went there. They're finally going to put to rest all the denialism.
What? There's not going to be
That
anyone
sounds
there.
about
There's just
right.
going to be cameras. This is all fake.
We're going to spend like $2 billion going to prove that we actually went to the moon in the 60s, and the goalposts are just immediately going to get moved into like, well, you can fake that too.
I mean, honestly, if they were gonna fake it, it'd be way easier to fake it today.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, yeah, today, obviously. You just go to like Mid-Journey and be like, generate me a video of a fake moon landing. Wait, I mean a real moon landing. And you'd be done. The video shit that they're starting to be able to do is absurd. Like, within the next, I wanted to say 5 to 10, but like everything's happening so fast that
Maybe 1 to 2.
like 6 weeks.
Yeah, next
Like,
month.
Within the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to be very difficult to trust even video footage of something.
You know, I had a thought that newspapers will have a comeback because it will be.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
It'll be
there's
touted
probably
as-
going
it'll
to
be-
a whole industry that spurs up around detecting generated footage.
Well, but it's difficult to. You know, a newspaper is printed. It's not going to be something that you just see and that's fake news. You're going to be like, oh, they took the time to. It could be they could have a comeback as a result of AI.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to be a real problem if it isn't already. Like, I mean, images can already be believable enough. Like,
Well, like the other day,
if like the gold standard then is like, oh, I saw it on video, then
Yeah.
like, I mean, we're not talking about like just, CGI video and altered video now. We're talking about an entire like video or scene that's generated completely by AI, and they're getting so good that you're like, not sure I would be able to tell the difference if I didn't know.
Like, I did this photo in class the other day, and this was my sister-in-law.
Using AI. Yeah, I mean, I know where that is. We've been there.
Yeah, but that's not a real photo. That's just, hey, AI, dream up this Kirchhoff mountain.
Right.
And it was like, okay. And I looked at it, I'm like, oh yeah, it looks real. And then I'm starting to look at parts of it. I'm like, okay, I see
Like-
where it
like
looks
her
a little
being
jank.
in there, like she looks kind of weird, like the edges, like I don't know, maybe
little bit.
It just seems
Yeah.
super clear.
Yeah, it's too clear back here. That's the problem.
Yeah.
If I make this a little blurry, bah, done.
But
I
you
need
can
a little
have-
bit more
right?
atmosphere.
Because unless you're taking a photograph of just the geographic object, you're not gonna
Right. It's not gonna.
have
Yeah,
that be in that kind of focus.
Exactly.
I mean, you can set it up so that it's infinite focus.
But for, like,
right?
spending like 5 to 10 minutes on it as a class example to say, look, you can do something like this really quick with Photoshop. Like, I did basically no effort. I did the zero effort to make this happen. And so, yeah, it's crazy when you start to consider people
right.
who are like,
so,
no, I'm going to spend a lot of time on it to
I mean, I'm
Um,
getting in like I start thinking about shit like
make it good.
what do you use as evidence for like alibis and stuff like that? Like, what if you produced an entire album of photos that are generated? Like, I was in fucking Greece when that person was murdered, and
Right.
you have all these photos that prove it. But then, like, you're gonna have to have other
Polaroids.
evidence too, like fucking, like flight tickets and like proof you had purchased the flight and all that stuff. But
They were
like, I mean,
Polaroids and film.
Right. I've fucking
Polaroids.
I've heard cases and like heard in
Make
podcasts
Polaroids
and like
look-
whatever. Like you read through cases and like somebody may use as evidence that they weren't there as like a photograph of them in some other place. Like,
Yep.
like, like how is that going to be a justifiable like argument now that those things can be so easily forged?
Yeah. And this is just a simple Photoshop, like Silas just said. And it's the Kelsey brothers, Travis who plays for the Chiefs, and then his brother who plays for the Eagles. And they had just put his Kelsey's Travis's brother, what's his name? Jason's head
Jason.
on the body of the guy from The Hangover. And he said,
I
"What
get
is
that.
wrong with?"
The
He's so
reference
funny.
they
He-
build.
Yeah, he says, "What's wrong with you people? Did you not see the movie? Can you not clearly see that this is somebody took my head and put it on his body? I was not doing this in Vegas. This is not how I looked. Come on, people. Come on. Let's not be so gullible.
Yeah,
Think
I
about
mean,
it. Think about it."
Surely there has to be like companies right now that specialize in analyzing footage and determining the likelihood of it being either doctored or completely fabricated.
And I listened to Verify. You know, if you guys see that on like Snapchat or wherever it comes out, and they'll say, "Is this photo of this person doing this thing in this situation
those
real?"
can be hard, dude.
And they go, "Well, no, we did reverse image search and we did this and we pulled this out and did that. And no, this is actually a photo from 19 whatever or 2000 and it's in not even in the same country that this is supposed to be." So it's
I mean,
interesting.
as the stuff gets better at not doing things like putting like an extra finger on a hand or like 4 extra fingers on a hand or something, and it being just like weird as shit. Like that's how it was early on, right? It's like, why does that person have like 3 hand like
10
fractal
fingers on one-
fingers coming off their finger like hands? Like we've gone
Oops.
past that, it seems like, to stuff that's like pretty scary accurate. But like it's going to be a weird arms race because all of these tools are probably going to have like some sort of non-perverse incentive to be indistinguishable, and then we're going to have an entire set of tools that are attempting to determine whether this is real or fake. I mean, it would be nice if there were some sort of agreed upon thing within the industry that is, we will embed stuff in here that makes it easy to detect that it's a fake image so that you can do that like for the purposes of verification. But that would only go so far because your nefarious actors would just use versions of it that don't have that code present to like drop like like I'm thinking like if you print something on a physical printer, depending on the printer, like it has like the like invisible like yellow dots printed on the thing so you can tell which printer it came from. Like that's on printed pages for certain types of printers.
Or if you try to copy money.
Yeah, right. Like I forgot about that. Like if you put $1 on a lot of photocopiers and try to copy it, it just won't fucking work. Like they have code because they have code for detecting that and won't let you copy it. Yeah, I don't know. It's scary. It's interesting. I think if it keeps going like this, it's going to be one of the biggest problems we have from a like is what I'm viewing legitimate standpoint, because anybody out there now can like you have all the pieces, right? You can generate images of a thing you say existed. You can generate video of it. And
now
it's
they're doing
even worse
voices
for
too.
public figures because you can generate the voice too now. You have all the pieces you need to create fake people. And depending on how much time you want to spend on how good the tech you use is, and if you can get away with not doing image, the voice is scary good. Like if they do them well in the library, like go find good ones of like Trump or Biden. Like the voice catalogs we have of them are so vast that you can just generate whatever you want them to say, basically. And
You could probably see some sort of,
people
add
already take
24
the
to 48
lies.
hours
Yeah,
before an election.
people already take the fake stuff at face value. Like, how bad is it going to be when they have like actual stuff that by fake I mean completely just made up? If you looked into it, it would be like you would find no evidence whatsoever. They already take that at face value. Now they're going to have stuff that is evidence that like the person said. Like, I the more I think about it, the more terrified I get about how easy it's becoming to pull this off.
Just have AI running a company soon enough.
I mean, you can think of all kinds of shit that you would want to do, like
Well, this is an unpopular thing to say, but I prefer AI at the at McDonald's and Burger King taking my order.
yeah.
The AI does a way better job.
I mean, if you like just think of all the bullshit you could pull, like all you got to do is get it right once, like have it generate like fake shit that like a CEO said, like and then like trade based on that information, like pre-trade based off of it, and then like something happens to the stock because like this gets out that like blah 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 was said. We saw a weird version of that recently where some company got some accounting org at a company like transferred like $25 million or millions and millions of dollars to some other place because they got
Now,
a
wasn't that like
phone
in
call
China
from
or
their
something like
CEO.
that?
Yeah, this was legit. Like
Yeah.
somebody put together fake stuff, and like this stuff is good enough that I don't know this for sure, but I think you can do some of this on the fly. So you could be on a live call and just have it generate, like, so if somebody asks you a question, you could have it generate a response. So like there's interesting things we're gonna have to figure out through that. I saw a guy recently on YouTube Shorts say, this is what I did because of all this stuff that's happening. I went into my bank and I called several of my financial institutions that have like physical presences, and I went in there and I had a discussion with them, and I had to talk to a manager or whatever. I had them put notes on my account because he's a semi-public figure. He's like a semi-successful streamer. Like, he's an entire backlog of images and video and audio that you could use to become this person. He went into his financial institutions and had them put notes on his account that they are to do nothing, but especially transferring money without him being physically present in the building.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, just think about how much of this shit is done by like voice verification. Like nothing's stopping anybody. Like, I'm actually curious. So one of my financial institutions utilizes, and I think several of them do this. One of my financial institutions uses voice verification to verify who you are. Could I get past the voice verification software they use with a fabricated version of my voice? I really actually want to try this now, but I'm not sure how to pull off the piping my voice to them, like via the phone call. Like,
I always like it when we set up something like with my wife and I, and she put my name down first, and then she has to call them to figure something out because she deals with all the finance stuff, and then they'll say, "I'm sorry, but you're not authorized on the account to blah blah blah," and they'll say, "We need to, and then she'll get me on the phone, and they'll say, "Mr. Pippin," and I'll go, "Yes," and they'll go, is it okay if we tell whatever?" And I'll say, "Yep." And how do they know it's me? It's just so funny, It's
I
like,
know it's horseshit, right? Like,
yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm Brian.
She could have just as easily, when they said, "Well, can I get Brian on the phone?" She could have went, and then like 3 seconds later, been like, "Hello, yes, this is Brian." Like, what are they gonna do? Make fun of your voice?
Yeah.
Like, they're not. I guarantee you, they're not gonna.
Hello.
Like, oh, you don't sound like Brian. Or you kind of sound like the last person with just like a Brian accent.
What's he say? This is so and so. When Macaulay Culkin does it, this is Kevin McAllister, the father.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Credit card? You got it.
I think it's both incredible because like a lot of the aspects around AI have been useful to me technically, like to do things like save me time, but I don't know how we're gonna keep it from doing shit like that.
Well,
Maybe it's overkill. This isn't my specialty, so like I don't really know. I don't know the mitigating things you can do and like detections you can do and or whether it needs to be that complicated, whatever. I don't even remember how this conversation started.
Faking the moon landing, but that's
We were-
okay.
Yeah.
oh, I thought we were talking
back
about
to
cookies.
Silas's point. I think it would be an interesting like test for like a current AI tooling for somebody to go on a quest to generate like I'm gonna create fake moon landing stuff right now. Like
Yeah.
how hard would that be for me?
Well, they could do it in the '60s. They can do it now. That's for sure.
We don't have Stanley Kubrick. Kubrick.
Have you heard
I
that?
say his name,
Have you seen that? That's the one where they say, well, was it the Chinese just landed on the moon? Is that correct?
Yeah, probably.
Somebody,
I think their
And-
last
and
one
it said-
landed on the moon. Didn't Japan
and
go
they
to the
said-
moon too?
Yeah, maybe it was Japan where they
Maybe it
said.
was
And
India.
did you see the
I don't know.
video? Did you see the video of them landing on the moon? It was terrible. It was so bad. It's because they didn't have Kubrick directing it, and that's why. Because
the fucking cinematographer was terrible for this. They should have got.
yeah,
Does
they should have
anybody
got somebody else.
Does anybody have an IMDb like section up for the moon landings yet? That would be really fucking funny. I would die. Anyway,
You can
sorry.
probably go look up
You
John
get me started on
Lennon.
AI, and I don't know where to go with it.
Well, that's okay because it does lead into our next story where Mozilla might help protect your identity in the event of it getting leaked online because they are now offering a service to automatically monitor data brokers and remove your private information.
Nice.
The more I like Mozilla, they've had at least one project crop up and then be summarily executed that I was sad about, and you might be able to guess what that was. Do you remember their Firefox.send
Oh, yeah,
feature? I fucking loved Firefox.send. It was such an easy way to just be like, hey, I have this file I want to give my buddy, throw it up here. But their features around it were good. Not that there aren't other services that do this now. I think like mega.com and like other places will let you do this, but you could upload the file and you could select, do you want it to be downloaded like only once? Like, so once somebody downloaded it was over. Do you want to put a password on it?
time limited, stuff like
Now,
that. Yeah.
for things, I typically will use like 1Password share functionality for that. It's very, very similar. I'm not putting like files in it though. Like I wouldn't just put like, an MP4 in there. And then even though I think I could, I don't really know. I've never tried, but their features are similar. You can lock it to an email address. Like you can say, I want it to go to this email address. And then you send the person the link and it tells them to go check their email for a code that got sent to them. And it uses the email address you used on file, and then they have to input that code, and then they can download the thing directly from 1Password.
So if it was
They
a
don't even
good
have to
thing,
have 1Password account.
if it was a good thing, why'd they get rid of it?
Because it was a good thing that was just free to use. Like you didn't have to have an account. Like you just go to the site. Like people were just like it got abused. Like that's stuff like that's going to get abused. And Mozilla is not a shady company, or somebody that is willing to skirt the line of like legality. So they opted to shut it down instead, which is unfortunate. So all that to say, I really like Mozilla. I use Firefox because I don't want to use Chrome anymore. I've been using Firefox for years now. Obviously, like I used Firefox before Chrome was a thing, and then Chrome became a thing, and everybody's like Chrome, and then we all used Chrome for a while, and then I flipped back to Firefox. And it's been fine. Like, and some of their other features are decent too. So I'm curious to try this out. Now I didn't know it existed, so I'm probably gonna pull it up later and see what it's all about. Can I go use it right now?
Yeah, I believe so. So you
Are
can
they
go.
monetizing it?
It is. It does cost $9 a month.
Depending on what it is, I'm not
Well,
sure that's worth $9 a month, but it could be.
thumbs up for privacy.
What are they scrubbing?
They're saying that they're scrubbing whatever they have. I'm assuming whatever they have contracts with for data brokers to say, hey, take this person's data out of
Can you
there
give
or
me an
something.
example
But
of a data broker? Are these like places
they
I've
don't.
never heard of unless I'm into it?
Probably.
So it's not like they're not talking like you're not talking like the name brand household services. Like we're not going out to
Probably
Airbnb
not.
and saying like get rid of the data. We're talking about the people that buy the shit from those
Right.
places. I really
Right.
wish that I had been using an email service for a long enough time and were more diligent about it, but I was Gmail for so fucking long. And you could have done this before a little bit with like plus addresses, but you can
Mm.
really do it now. Like I know Blaine, you know that I've switched to Fastmail because a colleague
Mm-hmm.
or a friend switched to Fastmail, and I just did it. I don't know, 6-7 months ago. It's been fucking gravy. Like I like it fine, but one of the cool things you can do is for every service that you sign up for, you can generate a unique email address under the domain that you are like have configured. So say I'm using like, matt.com as my domain and I'm signing up for like Squarespace or I don't know. That was a terrible example. I'm signing up for Spotify. Like I can create Spotify at matt.com and sign up with that. And then later you can find out if they've sold your data and who they've sold it to based purely on the fact of whether you get an email to Spotify at matt.com, not from who you expect it to be from, Spotify being the only place you expect it to be from. Like,
And that brings us to tonight's sponsor, Squarespace.
Squarespace. I think
Set up your Spotify podcast on Squarespace today.
Who this shit's been sold to. So it would be interesting
sponsors.
if this is interfacing with those brokers and being like, you're not allowed to have their data anymore. Like they're requesting it be removed.
Yeah, that's what it looks. They don't give any examples of who those people are, but they do. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're people who have bought up all this data and then sell it to other people. So
right, like any service you sign up for that has in their terms and conditions that they can sell your data to brokers, which is a lot of them.
mm-hmm.
Is selling it to these back end houses.
If we ever got a sponsor,
end? What'd you say? What back end?
If we ever got a sponsor, I'd like it to be a dog food company.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah. If we ever get a real sponsor, we'll go after that good old dog food money first and foremost.
Like canned dog food.
Sure.
Just so you know,
we'll do that just for you, Brian. Yeah, I am giving this a thumbs up for Mozilla for still trying to come up with kind of good ways to help kind of protect people and privacy online. So, to Matt's thing, they've done a lot of other stuff in the past, and this is just kind of a cool thing to offer to people, I think.
Mozilla, thanks for reading all my emails and private stuff, so you can look and see if my social security number is in there, so you can take it out.
They're kind of positioning themselves as like we care about your personal like data.
We want to be the only group that takes your private data. We don't want anyone else to have it.
I mean, they have other stuff like VPN. VPN, I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
They also have built into Firefox like the automatic like squashing of like trackers and stuff like that.
Yep.
No doubt trackers that they have released. So it's
well, something that you probably also shouldn't be doing is using your Apple Vision Pro while driving. Apparently, if you guys haven't seen this yet, there's some social media people who were driving around with their Apple Vision Pros in, of course, Teslas, using the self-driving mode
This
to.
video was like the biggest, like the most popular one, right?
Neat.
And Apple has come out and said, hey, you probably shouldn't do that. So if you ever had some visions of having virtual reality while you're driving, try it somewhere else.
That's me. Basically the only way that I want to drive my car.
If I had an autonomous driving car, why can't I use goggles to do whatever I want?
Because it's not legally fully autonomous.
So what? I have to pretend to pay attention?
Yes, that's
Yep.
the rules.
That's the rules.
That
It was
is
on
the
Final
rules.
Jeopardy last night.
When my
It is
friend,
on the driving exam. If you have an autonomous car, you must pretend to be driving it.
you have to pretend to know what you're doing. One of my friends had a boss yell at them and said, "Can't you just pretend to know how to do your job?" And they yelled back, "I do know how to pretend like I know how to do my job."
Oh my God. That's really funny.
It's such a
So I
good
guess the
line.
only true way to use the Apple Vision Pro is for when you're flying in an airplane. Is that right, Brian? And you want to do some virtual first class?
Oh man,
You know,
this
they're
is
getting
the time.
closer and closer and closer to
This is the
stealing
time.
my idea.
All we have to do is design.
I can
the
be like
app.
the stupid Al Gore. I invented the internet.
All we have
I
to do.
mean, it's not like there aren't like useful, legitimate applications to this type of device for somebody like a commercial or private pilot. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we put HUDs on the
But with the blast shield down, how can I see anything?
we put we put heads-up displays on the helmets of fighter pilots to augment their vision. There's no reason it can't be done for like commercial stuff too. Like, wouldn't it be interesting if something like that augmented reality was not displayed on some like little piece of glass in the cockpit, but instead like on the cockpit itself, like if you could see and look and like see where traffic was and the distances and all that stuff based on where you're looking. So if tower tells
Could you also
there's-
have it so that you could play a game and shoot missiles at other
no,
cars?
obviously not. But well, yeah, if you want a multiplayer game with your other pilots while you're not doing anything, it's 3,000 feet with the autopilot on.
On my commute the other day, I was thinking how much fun it would be if I actually could play Mario Kart on my way home. I mean, not play it, but shoot
Brian.
turtle shells at other cars.
Oh
and,
yeah.
You know, I mean, just
Those are the power-ups.
Power-ups and fly around and just the whole thing and wipe out and still be okay and get right back in again.
But like, that's not what this person was doing, right? Like, they weren't using some like fancy pants augmented app to like enhance their driving safety. Like, that's not what they were doing. They were
watching a movie. They were playing a game.
Very clearly playing a game.
Like,
I wonder if this is faked though.
I hope that it was filmed as like a joke.
Super real.
I think I did hear that
is
particular
that truck
video
even
was fake,
out yet
though.
officially?
Like somebody just was using the pass-through mode and like fucking around, like pretending they were doing shit. Because the pass-through mode, like if you asked me, I would say, while not ideal, like driving with it on in pass-through mode, you could probably do it just fine. I mean, I watched
do you have one?
No, but I watched a guy wearing one playing fucking, was it MKBHD? Watch him play fucking ping pong. If you can play ping pong with it on, you can probably drive to the fucking bebops from your house, right?
There you go.
Like, ping pong is arguably happening like faster than like most driving situations are anyway.
Yeah, I mean, from what I heard is that this video was fake. Like, he just took his hands off for the 10-15 seconds
And,
that
like,
this video was, and the
still,
person
if you want to
filming
be
was
a critique
related
of that,
to
like,
him.
yeah, you shouldn't be doing that because it's not safe.
Right.
But like, that's better to me. Like, you were doing it for a bit, although it's not much different than like somebody ghost riding the whip for a bit, right? Like, that ain't any fucking better. Like, it would be like he was clearly on a highway. Like, that's one of my other problems. Like, because it wouldn't have gone over as well if like it was clearly filmed in like a fucking Fleet Farm parking lot at midnight, right?
Yeah.
Like, then they would have known that the person took precautions to not look ridiculous. Like,
I just
or
wonder
like some
if
two-lane country road somewhere.
yeah. Also,
I was wondering. I was trying to figure out if it was just like completely faked from the beginning, though. Like was it in like a green
AI
screen
do it?
situation or something, or whatever? But was it? Is that truck out?
Yeah.
It is now.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yes. People are getting them. There's somebody in Iowa with one. I'm pretty sure, if not multiple people. Didn't OpenAI just release an announcement that they're doing like they've got some private beta now, like video stuff. Like you can give it a video prompt and it'll generate a video. Like,
Yeah, didn't they just have like a video that they released a
that's
couple
what I
days ago or
thought.
something?
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
like, I mean, they're not the first ones, obviously, but I was curious, like, could you get like an AI to generate like this? Like, could you just manufacture outrage by
Yeah.
not that the Cybertruck or Tesla Bros need more outrage manufactured at them, right? Like, having been a Tesla Bro myself, I get it. Like, I'm throwing stones at my own house here.
Well, I'm going
A
to give thumbs
Lannister
down
always pays his
for
debts.
Creighton controversy.
Why was the line a Lannister always pays his debts and not a Lannister always pays enough of his credit card to not have any interest?
That was because it was.
Does it not roll off the tongue quite as well?
I like it better.
I would use that in my finance blog as a tagline.
It's not period authentic.
You could probably also use that if you were to create your own dating app because you are tired of trying to find somebody on any of the other multitude of dating apps out there.
That's how
You
I
do
feel
like this
all the
guy did
time.
and just make a dating app where the only person you can swipe right on is himself.
What?
Yes.
You didn't put this in science?
He got
Come
tired
on.
of not being swiped right on, so he created an app where you could only swipe right on yourself.
Yes.
I'm so confused at what the point. Like, this is a joke app, right? Like,
Wait,
Oh, yeah, 100%.
on yourself
Okay.
or like on him?
right.
The creator-
Just
I want
on
that
him.
distinction as well.
It's only on him. So the app is literally
It will
called
not
Flirt
let you.
Flirt with Los, and the only profile that's in that app is his profile.
Can I download it
Brother.
right now?
Probably.
Oh,
Probably.
it's got to be massively popular now, right?
Massive.
You know what would be really funny? Is there... I want to say it, but Silas will make fun of me. You know what I'm going to say, Silas?
There's a non-zero chance. I said it before you even came on the show tonight.
There is a
True.
real chance that this man finds love. Or is it a man? I assumed it was a man.
It is, yes.
Whoa.
There is a real chance that this man finds love using this app. Wouldn't that be the fucking craziest thing? I mean, it wouldn't even be crazy. Like, I'm sure stories on like Match.com or there's been stupider ones, but like this guy creating an app to do this, like, I don't know. Does he seem like a real weirdo, or does he just seem like he's having a good time?
What do you
I
think?
have no idea.
I don't know. I could see it being like a really funny, just like satirical thing, and then like, oh man, like the, yeah. Anyway, okay, we all need to download this app, is what I'm told.
All right.
It's our sponsor this week.
It's our
Um,
sponsor.
I asked for a dog food company.
Instead, you got a dating app.
Yeah, so
Dog
Yeah,
food dating
thumbs
app.
up for this guy for coming up with a new way to try and do it.
I mean, I've legitimately never heard of this before or anything like it, and I like the idea. Create an app where only you can be swiped right on, and it's not even hidden.
That's funny.
Like, so what? You download the app, and the only thing you can do is interact with this guy. Like, that's the thing.
Yep.
See, that'd be great.
The only two options are to flirt or pass with him. That's
Oh,
That would
what
be-
only
happens
thing the
if
app
you
does.
pass?
That'd be great if you could
It probably
insert a
comes back to his
virus.
profile again.
Oh my god!
You could. That'd be great if you could insert a virus into one of the dating app programs that does that for you. So that would be a good thing. But
I love it.
his program, I don't know. I'm gonna say
This is
thumbs
pretty
down.
great. This is a great idea.
Perfect.
Has he received any seed round funding yet? Because
No.
all right, he's stealth mode still. Then apparently,
Yeah, it's still stealth mode.
All right.
Stealth mode, just like if you're tired of using the dating apps, or maybe you just broke up with your ex and you're just so angry that you could literally feed them to an eagle. There's a company that can help you out now.
What?
What?
Yes, there is a company that is now offering a service where they will feed a rat that is named after your ex to an eagle.
Oh.
Oh, thumbs up. I don't even need to hear the rest of this. This is amazing.
Oh my god, do they force you to take the link that they generate of the video have them do it, or are they a full service company where you give them your ex's contact details and like, can you pay extra for upgraded service? Like, will they
That's hilarious.
take that video and then whatever county your ex lives in, contract the local sheriff's office to do an official serving of it to them. That's petty. I like it.
With the blast shield down, I can't even see. How am I supposed to fight?
I think it would be better is if you
Is
paid
that
extra
Star
for a
Wars?
social. Yes, I think it'd be better
The
if
la-
you.
the laser, the lightsaber.
Yeah, when he
All
has
right,
the
so-
laser out.
Is that
I think it'd be
that's on the
better
helmet
if you-
and it's down, right? Yeah, okay.
Paid extra for a total social media campaign on this whole thing.
Oh my god.
That would
Well,
be
so,
better.
so here's the deal. It apparently it's for a charity. I just watched or
Mm.
just read about it, so I now am an expert. And for $5, the charity will name a mouse or rat and then feed it to the bird. For anywhere up to a max of $60, you can get photographic or video footage of the feeding. And at the max, you can actually have a video call with the raptor or eagle that killed your mat
Oh my god.
or rat or mouse
Seriously,
named after you.
seriously, this seems like something that I would do when I was put in charge of the fundraiser, and I would do it so that I was never put in charge of the fundraiser ever again.
Anytime that I really, really want to tell somebody to fuck off, I'm very tempted to like hop on Cameo and get shit. Why can't I remember his name? The guy that is in Succession. He's in Super Troopers. He's like, fuck off. It's like he's just mad about everything. What the hell's his name? You know the chief in Super Troopers. What the hell's his name? Why can't I think of it?
The actor or
Yeah, the actor. I don't care about the
He,
character.
he's in, he's in the Jason Bourne movies.
Did you say Liam Neeson?
I said Gary Busey.
No,
There-
Gary Busey's not in fucking Super Troopers.
Jason,
Brian Cox, that's his name. I'll have you know that
Yeah.
I just remembered it. I didn't have to look it up.
He's like known in Succession for fuck off. Like I
Yeah.
really want to cameo, like pay him for cameos of just people that I want to tell to fuck off and have it be like such and such name, fuck off from Matt, and then send them the links. Like how
Is
much?
he
could
on
it- how
Cameo?
much- I don't know. I'm just like
Mm.
I bet if he's not, this should be something. Like if he's
Cameo.
not on Cameo, that's insane. A lot of celebrities are, because it's like got to be so easy for them to just block off like a portion of a day within their week to go make like however much they get fucking
Oh,
paid
yeah.
to do that stupid shit.
He's on
Nice. Does it say what his
Succession,
price is to get a
X-Men,
fuck
Born
off?
Supremacy. It is only $689
To get a fuck off?
to get a personal video.
Bro, that's worth it. What's the SLA on that? Like how long?
24 hours.
You make it within 24 hours for $700?
24 hours. Yeah, he's on it.
You know what? I think I might have just found Katie's birthday gift. Pay $700 to tell her to fuck off. She'd shit her pants. She'd also be annoyed that I spent that much to have him do that.
Well, if we use that voice on the CouncilCast then too, then it gets used every week.
Mhm.
see, but you would need to like make sure that she sees all those movies. Like you guys would just, you
Oh, she
and then
she's
you
watched
leading up-
all of
yeah,
Succession
but-
with.
Katie
Right.
and I watched all of Succession together. We
yeah,
loved
but I
it.
mean, leading up to her birthday when the guy says, that would be awesome.
There's just so many quotable lines of Succession that they all have to be on fucking camera. Like, why can't I remember the dude's name? Oh man, it's been long enough now. I'm starting to lose their names. Like, there's one character who has a really awkward moment where he's just like, "You gotta play all bangers all the time, all bangers all the time," and like, but the subreddit just repeated that over and over and over again. I'll keep
Well,
that
I'm
in
gonna
my
give a
back
thumbs up
pocket.
for feeding your ex to an eagle.
I
So.
like the idea.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
it's
love
the,
it.
it's the kind of petty that I subscribe to.
The perfect amount.
Right.
Well, with that, we're gonna move on to our billionaire pitches for the week. And
Yeah, I got one.
What do you got, Brian?
Well,
Go for it.
I mean, no, I just there's all this fake moon landing stuff, and they do a really good job with those moon landings. I want to hire a company to do, fake stuff for other people. I
Wait,
need to have
what is your pitch?
my pitch is I need fake videos created. Fake videos created. Hey, I need a fake video of me being at this party with my kids that I'm supposed to be
You
at.
don't need a billionaire. You can give me $2,500.
I need a fake video of
So is your pitch?
I don't know,
company that
anything.
makes these videos?
No,
or
Yes,
I-
yes,
like
a company that
billionaire
makes these
the
videos.
for me.
It's not a high-tech device that does weird stuff. It is a company that provides a real service to people.
This is Brian pitching his.
Real doors cluttering up your house where you open them and you actually go somewhere and you go into another room. Get on down to Real Fake Doors. That's us. Fill a whole room up with them. See, watch. Check this out. Won't open. Won't open.
Won't open.
Not this one. Not this one. None of them open. FakeDoors.com is our website, so check it out for a lot of really great deals on fake doors.
1,000%. Brian's pitch had fake doors energy.
I just thought with all the fake moon landing,
I need some real fake
videos that are
photos.
so realistic.
Some real fake
I-
photos of stuff. I need a billionaire. to give me real fake photos. Oh, not real.
I'm just glad that I have popular ideas in another dimension.
www.fakedoors.com doesn't work anymore, apparently.
That's too bad.
real fake doors.
It was fakedoors.com.
Well, fakedoors.com.
All right. Sure, Brian. Thumbs up. Fake doors. I'm all in.
I didn't say fake doors.
I would thumbs
All
up,
right,
but I have
all right.
no idea what I'm thumbs
Okay.
upping. And I have a
I
policy.
love
You know
this
what?
idea
Fuck it,
of
thumbs
you
up.
hiring. I love this idea of you hiring Jeff Bezos to set you up with a fake photo.
Yeah, I'm just
Hey,
confused at why a billionaire
look.
has to do it.
Whatever fake thing you need video proof of. I did this or I did that or I was here or I was there.
Oh, this is like an actual formalized service with like marketing and stuff where you would like sign up for the
Well,
service and be like,
That's
Yeah, you
what I was
just-
I
confused
told
at
my boss
first.
that I was
So.
in the Grand
Well,
Bureau.
sorry,
Real fake
did-
alibis.
Sure, that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
Real fake
you know who
alibis.
you
That's what
could
this
help?
is.
You could help the guy that I saw on Instagram the other day where he just posted a picture and he's like a comedian. He posted a picture and it said, there's just a picture of him like sitting at a computer with like a smirk looking at the camera. And it just said, the best thing about starting a new job? I got 4 alive grandparents now. You could help that guy.
Brian has an
It
odd
took me a
way
second.
of.
You guys got it faster than I did, by the way. I was looking at it, I'm like, I don't get it. And then finally I was like, oh, people do that. Yeah.
Fakedoors.com is
What?
not working.
Wait, I want to hear what Blaine was going to say. I do what?
Oh, you have I think you have a habit, Brian, of pitching things that can generate fake alibis for you, and now I'm really questioning what you do all day.
That's a good point.
I was going to say, what was the thing that I wanted?
There
I
was
mean,
the whole
the-
bathroom
We
toilet
heard
one.
earlier what he does at his day job, and he does need the alibis.
I don't need I don't need no alibi. But I know a lot of people do, and I think it would be very profitable.
That's fair. You're anticipating the need.
So, how would this app avoid litigation every single time
This is not an
that they
app.
helped
The same way
aid?
that the gun companies do it.
This is
and-
the
They would
company
pay
that can provide you
tons of
with the
money for
video
lobbyists.
alibi that you need.
Lobbyists.
Hey,
Oh,
our company
I see.
our
This
company
is-
designed a car that's supposed to be able to do this. We can't do it. It doesn't work. Can you create a video that makes it look like we did? Absolutely.
Yeah, see, and then,
Lobbyists,
like,
got it.
Yeah, no, a lawyer would be like, hey, but like your entire company's premise and business model is built on generating fake things to prove that things or people can do or did things that they did not do.
We write in the terms of
exactly.
service that
And
you
this
shouldn't
place-
use it to
this
do anything
place- yeah,
illegal.
it's satire. This
There you
place
go.
this guy used your service and now you're being sued. How do you what do you say to that? And the company would come back and say, here's a video of him asking us to do this and us saying no.
I am the senator of whatever state, and I took millions of dollars to build this thing. that I did not build, and I
have
took the
right here
money,
on
so
video
I need a
of Joe Blow
video
asking me
of this.
to, like,
There you go.
prove that he was at summer camp. when He
Amazing.
was actually murdering this person. Here's the video of him asking this that, and here's our CEO clearly saying, "No, we're not going to do that." Done.
Look, you shouldn't have to be filthy rich and buy Kubrick to make it look like you landed on the moon. You should be able to just do this as a normal
By
person.
him, they hired him. There's a difference.
I don't think so.
They
Yeah,
bought.
it was not of his own accord. He was held at gunpoint against his will to make
was
that.
forced.
Are you ever held at
Hostile takeover.
gunpoint? Are you ever held at gunpoint with your will? I mean, like, yeah, hold me at gunpoint. Come on.
I've watched enough Brooklyn Nine-Nine to know that, yeah, Jake Peralta has probably asked to be held at
Willfully asked for
gunpoint,
that.
yeah. And it would have been by why can't I
Okay.
remember his name?
So
Daryl from the office.
we're doing an awful lot of talking about a very unpopular idea. So I think
No,
I'm
that's
on
how
to
popular
something.
it is.
I'm on to something here.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll critique the next one just as much. Next
Okay,
I don't-
I've got it.
Probably not. Okay,
All
do
right.
it.
2 words. Cake, farts.
Great idea. Move on.
Cake farts.
But you're not familiar with the term, Brian. Were you not
It's a-
part of the internet when this was a thing?
No, it was not. I wasn't even really when it was a thing. It was like got brought
I would
up.
You don't wanna
say
be-
it's
It got brought up after the
probably-
fact, and then it was shown to me, and then I was sad.
I would say it's probably one of the videos that's been enshrined in the annals of the internet. And it has its own little like space and statue in internet history, just like Two Girls One Cup does, or Goatsy, or any of those things that are just extremely unfavorable. It also feels tamer than a lot of the other things that I've run across while being on the internet.
Yeah.
Like, it's more just like, what the fuck is this?
Don't look it up.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
I'm really
I'll
trying to
think
keep
about it later.
viruses. I'm really trying to keep viruses off my computer. I'm not going to look it up. Thanks. So I appreciate
Probably
it.
for the best.
That is for the best.
I don't have Mozilla downloaded to protect my identity, so I'm not going to do it yet.
I thought that video was just like some weird fucking humor until I realized or gained the knowledge that some people are probably just into that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like my friend group, like it went around when we were in college in my friend
Yeah.
group, and I remember like we all stood around a computer watching it and like pissing ourselves laughing at how ridiculous it was.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know college kids are stupid, man. What can I tell you?
Well, I don't know what it is, but great idea.
You have no idea how good of an idea it is.
I have no idea, but it sounds amazing.
Like, you better open up a.
That was your
shit-faced
chance to push the
business.
button, Silas.
Oh, sorry.
It sounds amazing. There you go.
Because this shit's about to go viral.
My pitch I am going to go with this week is for a bodyguard service that will follow you around and can protect your identity from being stolen by AI.
Ooh.
How does me having a physical bodyguard?
I don't know.
I don't
That's
know.
how I wanted to
don't have-
operate. Make it happen, billionaire.
You're right. That's not your problem. You're the idea man. You're not about the implementation. You were hired to spit out.
Hey, you
ideas.
can't take a picture of my. I'm his identity
Guard.
I mean, I don't
guard. You can't take his picture. I'm gonna have to break your phone in half.
This session was never described to me as a please pitch a plausible billionaire idea. It was.
This is true.
I just pitched a plausible idea,
He did.
big
We
time money
ridiculed him
maker,
for it.
and you ridiculed me for it.
I didn't ridicule. I was helping you flesh out the details.
Flush out the details. Okay,
Uh,
there you go.
Cake farts.
well, with that, we're going to go ahead and call this council meeting adjourned. We thank you for
Good.
listening as we record this podcast live tonight on YouTube. If you like what you saw and want to check out all past episodes, you can go to CouncilCast.org or find us on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher.
Yeah.
You can.
New episodes coming out every day for a while here. They're new old episodes. Get your new old episodes.
The dam has been broken wide open and they're coming at you.
I like how if you're listening to this as a recording, you're going to be like, what the fuck?
New old doors. Get your new old episodes.
Thanks for listening. Nope.
No, they're up on YouTube. You've been making them
No,
live, haven't you? Oh, questions.
Thanks for listening, and goodbye.